Hello, guys, and welcome to Godly Sight.
Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to 3 a.m. Thoughts. And my guest for tonight is a BS Psychology Batch 2004, also the head of the Guidance Center for 6 years in Davao Christian High School in CPG. And she's none other than Ma'am Maricar Orongan Panal, or best known as Ma'am Babes. Okay, so I'm so happy that I have Ma'am Maricar, Ma'am Babes tonight, because she when I was in my OGT time, when I was doing OGT for my BS Psychology, she's one of the persons that really taught me a lot in that short span of time. One of the things that I learned when I was in the guidance counseling setting is that there's a lot of things that go on in that field. Lot of things that goes on with the character that you have to have. It's not just enough. As I now graduated, I learned that it's not enough to have a degree in psychology, but there's also has to be a balance in empathy and professionalism. And that is, for me, is the biggest lessons that I have learned from Babes. And also what I learned a lot just by observing her, because the job there, we could not really go to the children's, right, Mom? We had to really observe. So just by looking at her, how he, he she gave off that very welcoming vibe, not just for the students but also for her colleagues alike. And then that is the thing that I appreciated the most. And I think that most of her colleagues and also the children in the high school there did not get to see that part of Mom Babes. Only me and my friend Rhea Pineda, my that was together me, that we could see it, because we could see the transition between when when the children came in and they came out, and also when the work colleague wanted to talk with Mom Babes. So we saw it, everything. So she's a very genuine person, and that's one of the biggest reason that I wanted her to be on this show, the 3M Thoughts. So anyways, so welcome, Mom Babes. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. I was so flattered with your introduction. You're a great observant, huh?
um, One of the things that I said just a while ago, do you agree, Mom, that a lot of things go into guidance counseling, not just the mere the theories or the, what do you call this, the degree of it, but I you can correct me if I'm wrong, because for me you are my mentor. It a lot goes with a lot has to do with character, right, Mom? What do you think?
Yes. Yes. Even if you are very good in memorizing all the theories that we have in psych, but if your character really is not that parang counselor type, it's kind of hard for you to really be a school counselor, because it takes a lot of patience, with passion, with love, to be one.
True. I remember something. I have a friend that has also graduated in psychology, and one time I told her that I told her that, why don't you do counseling? What don't you do? And she said something that it's kind of what you said. She said like this. She said that, Steve, I want to, but it's not something that comes with the degree. It's something that you have. It's a skill that you really have to have. Would you agree with that, Mom?
Yes, precisely. Yes.
Mm-mm. So the thing is, and also one of the things I saw is when you were handling guidance counseling is the patience and the consistency of the patients. So can you talk more about it?
Yeah, in guidance counseling, because we know already that it's the process of helping individuals discover and develop their educational, vocational, and psychological potentials, thereby to achieve an optimal level of personal happiness and social usefulness. So, with that definition alone, it involves the heart. Just like what you said a while ago, na even if you know every theories that we have in store in there, if you don't really have the heart to execute it, right, still you cannot really have this good concept of being school counselor. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of heart. It takes a lot of consistency. You know, kids, especially I'm in the secondary uh, educational system. I'm handling also preschool up to grade 10. They're very smart. They're emotionally smart. You know, kids actually, they're very emotionally smart. They know if you are faking it. They knew exactly if you're sarcastic in saying your statement. Now you think the positive statement naman yun, but they tend not to believe because they knew exactly na you're just faking your statement just to make us feel good or to make us feel better. And you really have to, for you to really be patient with that student or with the kid, you really have to have this connection. You know, that's counseling psychology. It's establishing rapport. So you really have to be connected with them through here, not here lang. We know that they're smart, but you know, kids, if you will talk to them heart to heart, they will listen and they will cooperate. So touch their hearts first before their brain or their head.
The Can you talk more about the thing? As I said, this is a term that I came up. It's not a term, but I used this term when I was observing you. The consistency thing. There were days. I'm sorry if I will share something, but you also told me that you were down or you have problem in your house. But right away when you saw the children, or we talk to children, there was a switch. Then many times when, like you said, I myself I can notice, oh, this person is just making up is just making up her connection or her what they call it with affection with the person. But when I saw you really had that consistency that even me, I keep on when I do counseling in the church, friends, I really have to keep on reminding myself. But with you, mom babes, I saw that it was very natural, the consistent part that even if you have problem, you shared with us one time that you have problem at home and like this, but when it's time to go, you were right there, you were ready. So how do you train? Do you train? Do you learn? What do you do to keep that vibe? If I may say vibe, right?
I would give the credits to my family. I'm the youngest in the family.
Okay.
I love Adler. Yung birth ordinal niya. I'm
Okay.
the youngest. So uh, with Adler's theory, youngest is the apple of the eye. So I grew up with much appreciation inside the house. Because I have that, it's easy for me to just spread it or share it or express it. I love kids. My family knows that. I do really love kids. You know, growing up na youngest na, I don't have any younger siblings to take care of. So I have this thirsty in my heart na I really wanted to mingle with the kids. Even young, my mom said daw in the neighborhood, every time I will see a kid na who didn't ligo pa, medyo smelly pa because of the sweat, ganyan, I usually hug the kid, will get some towel or hanky and will wipe the sweat. I love doing that. Siguro I saw my mom is a role model. So it helps me a lot. So in doing counseling, that's why I chose this field.
Okay, mom.
It was really clear already in my mind. When I was in first year college pa lang taking BS Psych, it was really clear on my mind already that I will end up in the guidance setting. So it just comes naturally, just like what you said. Parang, yeah, I'm down, but you know, my strength really is my work. One of my strengths is my work. It's not lang merely work. It's, in a way, it's my love life. I'll be happy every time I will see kid. I'm happy every time kid will just wave and say hi, mom, babes in the office, outside the office. Yes, it just come naturally. I prayed for it. To be honest with you, I prayed for it. I'm a church leader, young people president.
Okay.
I feel the need to have this passion. You know, it's not lang skills, it's a choice. Because I chose to be in this field I have really to embrace everything. And I need to really be true with my promise with God. Now, if I will end up in the guidance setting, I will
Mm-mm.
really do my best. I will do things right because I know that in a way I'm serving God.
Mm-mm. So, so in a way, you are doing perfectly what all Christians want to do, right? Everything that we do it for the glory of God. So as much as possible, we do it as best as good as genuine as we can do. So I really appreciate what how you approach the work. It's not like you said, I will quote from you, it's not just my work, it's my love life. Imagine. So one also thing I notice, this is not because I really like mom babes and I'm trying to flatter her out. No, no. In this show, I try to be honest as possible as I can. So one of my honest review is, I noticed that how you approach people and how you spoke at Davao Christian, the children also outside would do the same. Say, hi visitors, even the long, the long visitors, and then it would copy paste from Babe. So I saw that, like you said, your parents is your role model at home, but what I saw there is that the children also saw not only the parents at home but also the guidance office as a whole. I think, and you most particularly as a role model for them, that they were even copying, right, or modeling after, if Bandura will say it. So do you think that the guidance office should, in all schools, I think should be like that, like a model for the children? Should the modeling of the children start from the guidance council? Because your guidance council was
Yeah.
different, children came in and out. That was something that also is kind of first time I saw children just come in and out. So what can you say, mom babes, about it?
Yes, actually, that's one of my dream. Really, that's we have naman guidance counselors back then, no? Parang in our
Mm-mm.
school, elementary, high school, even in the government schools, we have designated guidance counselors. It was really my dream for everyone. You know, Steve, I'm not perfect.
Okay, I know.
I have flaws. I cried out to the Lord because I made decisions na not good in His sight. But you know, at the end of the day, you need to realize that you know your purpose. My purpose in life is to touch lives. Parang, I know I'm not perfect, pero hopefully, even with my simple gestures, it can have an impact with the lives of others. That's my dream for all the guidance officers. I know there are great, great, great guidance counselors. There are. I've known many.
Mm.
There are some na they're good naman, is just that they got fed up with everything ba, like halo-halo na with all the struggles that they have. We need to respect that, but that was really one of my dreams na everyone, not lang in the guidance office, but more in the guidance office, because that's the heart of the school guidance center, and they be guided with God's word. Para they will be true with their purpose of being there. Again, I'm no expert. I'm no expert in guidance counseling. It's just that I love what I'm doing. Yan siguro. That's my anchor. I love what I'm doing. I love kids. I love people in school. So that's one of my edge maybe. But I know there are lots of guidance counselors out there that did a very, 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 very great job in molding the kids, in shaping the lives of the kids that they're handling. So, but again, that's one of my dreams. So,
Mm-mm.
to really show to people that we believe in them as a guidance counselors.
Mm.
We have faith in them that they can be more, they can be better, and they have people that will support them. And that's we as a guidance counselors, kami yun. We're na sana kids will know in school na they have someone to talk to. They have a home in the guidance center that they can run to every time they will feel bad or down.
One thing I want to ask before I go to the next question. Guidance offices in general are places that if not just kids but also college students, university students, they get the fear of going to the guidance office. This kind of the punishing area. Ba? So how do you now? Let's say we are very comforting, we're very friendly with the children. How about the times that you really have to like scold them? How do you do that? How do you transition from like, you get my point, ma'am? Like you want to
Yeah.
kasabaan ba na
Yeah.
sila kung sa Bisaya?
Yes.
So,
Actually,
this
like 14
discipline
years
part
ago,
of it.
yeah,
Okay.
14 years ago, I had this dilemma on, kasi we know na gani na, we have this notion that if you will be sent in the guidance office, you really have,
Mm,
parang you will go out na parang fresh kasi you've been scolded.
mm,
I had a hard time dealing with that dilemma kasi before, 14 years ago, when I came in Vimapa, Double Christian High School, and the kids really had this notion na if you will just go in, if you will go inside the guidance office, my God, anong kasalanan mo? Oh no, what did you do?
yeah, that
Ganyan
is
na. So,
true.
parang, wait lang. I don't want that kasi I was a product of that back in high school. Parang I was sent to the guidance office, not naman my fault. I'm not a good girl all throughout, but it wasn't really my fault. I'm sure of
Mm,
that. And then the designated guidance counselor there scolded me and saying nasty words that's beyond my imagination. So, parang, oh, wait lang, wait lang. So, from then on, I have this na in my heart na I wanna, kaya nga, first year pa lang in BS Psychology, I know exactly saan ako end
mm.
up. Kasi I really wanted to make a difference because I was a product of a not so good
Guidance
guidance office
office.
experience. Yeah. Yan, sabi ko, I really wanted to have that. So, I wanted to change it. Parang,
Mm,
and parang hala, parang how to do that. Parang, wait lang, I'm young then. I don't really know exactly how the school works kasi that was my first job. I pray to God. I was so clingy with him. Sobrang clingy na every now and then. Parang, oh my God, Lord, I really wanted to approach this kid kasi I have this heart, well, with the kids who doesn't really talk much, who wanted
okay.
to just stay in the corner. So, and the very hyperactive kids, yun, yung parang, it will really catch my attention so easily. Pero kasi again, pag malaman nila na you're in the guidance office, they will evade you. They will run away from you.
True, true.
Literally, they will run away from you. So, kaya hala, wait lang. So, every lunchtime then, I have this, every lunchtime, I need to go out. I just have to say hi, hello to the kids. No more, no less. Just hi, hello. There are really times pagana, I know that our kids they're rich, but I make libre. I will treat them for one piece of candy kasi they will be happy na parang, oh, that was the first time na parang, oh, they na parang they somebody in the guidance office libre them, kalit-kalit lang even if they don't know me pa.
Mm-mm.
So yun, parang it takes a year for me to really get their hearts. And even with the teachers, I remember Dr. Ugay
Mm-mm.
reminded, always been a reminder to me. Sinasabi niya, babes, in order for you to market your program in the guidance office, you have to market yourself first.
Mm-mm.
So parang up to this time, parang, oh yeah, para they will have a faith in my program, they have to have a faith in me first.
Mm-mm.
Na I can do this. So yeah, I befriended the administrators, the teachers. Parang, talaga, that's why I told you na I was very clingy with the Lord. Every now and then, Lord, I want this advisor to be my friend. Paano ko gagawin? How will I approach her? So yan lang, God will just give me a situation na it will lead for me to lead me and the advisor to be friends. So, yun lang siguro for you to, and I think it's applicable in any
Field.
situation, in any field. Na if you wanted to market your program, market yourself first.
Mm-mm.
You have to. I have to work out with my own characters, attitude. Kasi I'm youngest, I'm medyo brat. What I want is I really wanted to get that. But in the counseling field, no. In guidance office, no. You may be brat at home, but here, no. You have to be a school counselor. Ayan.
It's building up the rapport, not just with your clients, in this case the children, but also with the colleagues itself, right?
Everything, everyone.
I remember even when me and my classmate that was together me, Rhea, and we were amazed that you were giving those cards, and that for me it was something that really actually is back there. I put in the table because it's something that I appreciate very much when people gives things like that, because it's not something that you can buy, but what is in there, what it meant, it cannot be bought with money, right? So that in way, small things like even buying candy for, let's say, rich kids is something that maybe they never I agree, they never tried before, maybe, right? Because they are used to buy all those things, or if it's not from the parents, it's from their own pockets. So it's little gestures that build up that amazing report in the trust. And I believe many of your students that graduated still are in contact with you, Mom Babes, right?
Yes. Yes. Even if they're married.
Married.
Yes.
So it's good. So my next question, Mom, is, so it's with we are already done with the handling with the children, but I know
I'm
that
so sorry, I forgot to answer about the discipline.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
In our school, we have the prefix of discipline. So it's not my thing. It's not the guidance thing to punish, to give consequence to the student. But of course, we have this. We discuss first with the prefix of discipline if this consequence will be of good help to this kid or not. So I usually scolded kids. Hindi din ako ganun ka lenient. I'm not like that. If I know exactly that the kid is doing wrong or doing things that could hurt other classmates, I directly talk to that student. And alam nila yon. That's why that's very, very important to have a connection first. Kasi if you're already built the rapport between you and the students, they will not take it differently if you will remind them, if you will scold them. Kasi they know exactly that it's for them. So I usually do that. The kids can really attest with that, and the teachers. Kasi mga saba, nagagalit talaga ako. If alam ko na merong nasasaktan, if they know exactly, and alam nila yon, sila na mismo, they will just go in the office and will report, Mom Babes, I did something wrong with my classmate. Ayan. So it's in a way easy for me to scold them because they know exactly everything I'll say, even if it will hurt them, they know that it will help them.
So it's kind of like you said, it works in every field. Actually, it's true what you said just a while ago, because in I know in the industrial setting, workers are always given the guidelines, reminded, oh, if you absent this if you do 3 times absent, you will get this, or if you take things from your worker, you will get out of jobs. So it's things that they already know beforehand. The difference with children, what did you do? You just remind them. Okay, if you fight with your classmates, you already know what will happen. I think it's just like that, right? So it's good that, like you said, they already know. So the time comes that they many times, and I saw that actually, I think 1 or twice, that the children were the first that to come inside the office and tell. So the confession, no need to look for them. And then I was amazed with one parent that you said that, oh, your kids have a fight, and the parent was really sport on it. Said, okay, so what happened? Did they say sorry? And I appreciate that there are parents like that really also want to work together with the guidance office, not just the ones that hear, oh, my kid got a bloody nose or a bump in the head, and then right away get angry with the school. It's good that there are parents also that really try to work work. Does that help, Ma'am Babes, in any way? That parents that are like that?
Yeah, actually, the school is transparent, and we already parang at the very start of the school year, like this time, we're just starting. No, this is our first day in school,
Mm.
orientation week. It's claro already for them that they, parents, and the school were partners.
Mm-mm.
So that the responsibility is not long placed in the shoulder of the school personnel, but also in the shoulder of the parents. And you need to get them involved. Yun lang
Mm-mm.
naman. And let them be aware of everything what's going on in the lives of their kids. But they entrusted their kids into the school. So for you naman, because they have faith in you, you have to let them know that you've been doing this. So I usually communicated with parents not lang because of the wrongdoings of the kids,
Mm-mm.
but also the good job. Like if I
Mm.
will see a kid helping another one who fell down, I will get the number of the mom of the one who helped. Then I will congratulate the mom. Your son or your kid did a good job. He or she helped the classmate who fell down. Thank you, mom, for
Mm-mm.
bringing us an angel like your son. So ganyan, yung parang it again that simple gesture. That's not even an extra mile. Kasi again, they're partners. Diba?
Mm-mm.
Even in
True.
the business, if you're partners, you have to know talaga each other's plan or actions. So yun lang din sa school. They just have to know what you're doing inside the classroom or
Mm-mm.
inside the school for the benefits or for the for the welfare of their kids.
Mm-mm. So, mm, for my next question is, we already done with the children, the handling the children. But I also know that you, Ma'am Babes, you handle the youth. You are a youth president, right? And also you told me before that you were also lecturing in church many times. Is it right? And then how is it? Is it how different is handling the children and doing counseling with youth or the 20 up or even the more middle aged people? Uh, is it different or there are similarities? How do you handle it?
In church, we're blessed with our pastor
Mm.
and his wife. His wife is a psychology graduate also in
Okay.
UM. And our pastor had the seminars on biblical counseling. So it's not me who will counsel our church members who's in need.
Okay.
Diba, hindi, we're a small church kasi.
Mm-mm.
So we're just a family. Or there are cases, there are situations that they will ask for my help. So doon na ako. Pero yung like if we know exactly na or my urgent need for counseling per se, ganyan, our pastor is there. Tapos then house visit siya with everyone
Mm.
in church. So alam na niya and the people in there, they're very confident with our pastor's way of handling their cases, their situations, their struggles. So, yeah, so with counseling per se, hindi ako ganun kabugbog sa church.
Okay.
There are some cases na parang even our pastor would just ask me, babes, can you help me with this case? Kasi parang it's beyond my expertise. Yun lang, but madalang lang, not at all times. I usually where psychology comes in the
Mm-mm.
church, we have this every first Sunday of the month. We have a youth gathering, wherein ako yung speaker nila. I will
Okay.
get a topic, just like this, parang talk show about mental health, about how to handle stresses, or how to overcome struggles with online classes, how to not be addicted with the social media platforms, mga ganyan. That's a great help, I think, because the young people, parang they're privileged to listen or to be heard.
Mm-mm.
Okay, even our topic is about social media, but ang ending with the question and answer portion na, they will ask personal stuff. So our young people is the best in asking questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very good in asking questions. They know how to ask questions properly. So yon, dun ang psychology comes in. Not much of counseling. It's more of guidance. Diba? It's
Okay.
guidance and counseling. So in the church, in the school, I do much of dealing with cases, but in the church, it's more of guidance.
I get the point. So the in church, because people uh already found it with the word of God and everything. What they only need is the constant reminding and the guidance to
Yes.
what is right to do. I get. Uh, and so the counseling part is a kind of a partnership that you do with the pastor in church. So it's good that the pastor, because I really see in the field of me being a pastor myself, it's not easy for a pastor to really say that, okay, this is more than I can handle, because there's something that come with the pastor thing, is that we are everybody is looking up for us. Then to go down a bit just to for the benefit of others, it's easier said than done. So I really appreciate the pastor of the church, because he really knows
Yes.
his limitations. And even myself, I because of psychology, I learned a lot of things, that there are things that I could not learn in Bible school, and I really had to humble myself and remind myself that this person, even if she or he was younger than me, or even if he or she had less experience, let's say, outside, but they knew things that I would never know if I did not listen. And also, I like what you said about the youth, about the asking questions. Actually, is my personal belief that we should not teach people just to answer things, but we should encourage and teach them how to ask questions. And this is the best way of learning, because not only they can learn, but also we can learn by them asking.
Yes.
There's sometimes the youth say things of, that was something I never heard before. I will look up to that. So it's good,
Yeah.
right? So it gave a smile in my face when you were talking about the question. So for my next question, um, psychology in church. So I know we already touched a bit a while ago. You just spoke about what happens in your church. But do you think that pastors, this is actually, it was touched when with my last interview with Ma'am Tin. We were
Mm-hmm.
talking, and we came to it, but it was in the end of my show, so we could not elaborate more.
Mm-hmm.
But you Ma'am Base, being a season guidance counselor in a prestigious school, has many years of experience, and also I know that you are always invited in by colleges and universities to speak, because you are really known in your field to be very good in what you do now. And
Thank you.
also, you are also very involved inside the church. I do not even need to ask, because I can see how you speak, how you talk about your faith, how you always look for the Lord's guidance, and you are clinging with the Lord and those things. By that being said, what do you think the churches should do, or is there a big need to psychology in church?
Yeah, not only in church, but yeah, more so in church. Yes, because the psychology is a study of human behavior.
Mm.
You pastors, you really have to, because you're handling congregation. You have people that you're in your hands. So yeah, it is a great help if you have. So just like now what I told you, the wife of our pastor is a psychology graduate in
Mm-mm.
the same alma mater. We have the same alma mater. So you can really see in our pastor's wife's eyes the happiness when she graduated, because it's able to really help more understanding the people inside the church, because let's face that churches are not perfect.
Mm-mm. True, true.
There are lots of problems also in the church. We're not exempted with the criticisms. Pastors are not exempted with that. So it was a great help, because they're able to really understand more their members, and I can really see that. They're very good in understanding the members in the church,
One
young
thing,
and old alike.
would you agree with me? Let's go a little bit controversial with it. Would you agree with me that I once say it when I was lecturing about psychology and theology, and I said that I think that counseling should even be recorded in church, the one-on-one counselings, just for safety or trust between the person and you, because I heard of cases, I will not say the churches, but I heard of cases that there were sexual activities going to sexual relativity, and there, I think that was just a while ago, I saw in TikTok, there was if adultery that happened between this, I would not say the sect, I would just say the worker and the woman that was married, and there was kind of a, what do you call this, something went on until they went to even to the police because of it. So I even said one time that, do we need those things, the technical things of psychology when it comes to counseling inside the church? What do you say? And before you go, one thing of I noticed in your office in Davao Christian is, you can cut this out if I was not allowed to say it. There were windows. It was transparent all the way, so people could really see what inside. And that is different with office of pastors that do counseling, because it's most are really enclosed places. So do you get my point? Do we need to do the technical things? Just an opinion, if you will give us.
Okay. So my answer will lead to Republic Act 9258.
Okay.
That's the professionalizing the field of counseling. You're familiar with RGCs, right? Registered Guidance Counselor? Or not exactly?
I know they are, but they're not really familiar.
Yeah. So in counseling, you cannot do counseling unless you're registered guidance counselor. So that's why if you're a psych student, a graduate, and then you wanted to be in the counseling field, you have to take masteral degree. Just like what I did, I'm not yet licensed. So parang there's an off to me every time I will call myself guidance counselor. You do counseling. Parang, okay, wait lang. Kasi I need really to respect the Republic Act 9258. So that's why it's not everyone is entitled to do counseling, even the pastors.
Okay.
For you to be a counselor, for you to have a counseling, you have or do counseling in your church, you really have to be a registered guidance counselor. So that should be everyone in the counseling field must be aware of that Republic Act. Kaya it's not really sometimes I will get scared every time people will just say di-counsel ko siya. I'm doing counseling with him or her. Wait lang, you don't know what.
Yeah, just like I said before, right? I said I was doing counseling.
It's easy for you to say that, but it's no way. That's why all the pastors actually should have a license in counseling.
I get your point.
Yeah, that's why. But we know naman na medyo mahirap siya kunin. Because you need to take masters pa na dapat guidance in counseling or counseling psychology. Ganyan.
Do we need to be linear, ma'am? Do you need to be a psychology graduate too?
Yeah.
Is it a linear field?
Yes.
So it's very hard, right?
Yes, that's why. So parang kaya nga, it's not easy for people to just say na I'm doing counseling, like pastors in the church, diba? You said nga, it's a bit controversial.
I also said that.
So it's not that so easy for the pastor to, let's have a counseling. Kasi in 9258, we have this ethics. And if you're a male counselor, sana refrain from doing counseling with an opposite gender.
You told me that before.
Kasi doon na nga yun nakakatakot, diba?
Yeah.
So if you're male counselor, medyo plus closed door. That's why in the office, in the school, if I will do counseling, it's not really a very closed door. Not unless dalawa or tatlo kami. You have to have this delicadeza also. But kasi it was clear now with the kids na I am Mom Babes. I'm as age of your mom or your tita. So alam mo yung klaro. That's why sabi ko important ang rapport. Kasi if they have na trust with you, it's hindi threatening for them that you will close the door. But usually if I'll do counseling, I will close the door, but I will not lock the door.
Okay.
No. And I will usually I will really tell the kids na you can go out if you wanted to, okay? Kaya nakaupo kami. If you've noticed in the office, our chair is very pang-kiddie.
I saw.
Yun, para hindi threatening sa kanila. But again, they can just go out if they wanted to. Hindi ganun ka-closed door. That's where the guidance counseling ngayon na office, the guidance center is not really the guidance center. It's a faculty office of the CE department. Nakikigamit lang ako kasi wala pa na-build yung plan na guidance office talaga. Kaya back in VMAPA, our guidance office, you have ang glass. So everybody
can really
see what's going on inside. Yeah.
So I have a point, right? The one I said that it should be something that they can see inside.
Yeah.
Or even record just to make sure that nothing happened inside, right?
With the recording naman kasi, it's not, we have a data privacy. So it's kind of hard, not unless the person you're talking with or talking to is amendable with that idea. But if not, no, I don't usually do that. Pero I do record. I don't know if you've noticed na usually pag nasa loob ako ng room, I have paper and notebook so that I can record.
But I was just thinking because with all those scandals that happening, it's not just this recently. It's been going for years. And like you said about the counseling with pastors. One thing I learned also in psychology, I'm very blessed with it because when I was still a pastor, the counseling was more on that giving advices like this. And when I went to psychology, I learned that it's more about the listening. And the recording, like you said, in the paper. So you remember the things that they say. The things that cringes me now, but before not so much, is when you talk with somebody and then after a week or 2 weeks, you talk again and they already forgot what you said. It's kind of, wow, you did not listen to what I said. Or take so there's things in psychology that I learned that we should not give advices, unsolicited advices. It's more of the listening things. And I like what you said, Mom, about the law. I don't think that they will make a law if there was no reason for it, right? Because as we know, as psychology majors, we know that what we say to a person with a needy person, it can really affect them and can lead them to somewhere it's not good. We can say something that is wrong, and then
you can break or make a person.
True. And you also shared me a story about you trying a method before, and then it goes out. But never mind. Me and my friend, we laughed of it. That even you that was studying psychology, you're blown away what happened because we cannot just try things. We really have to know what things. So, do you think that in the long run it's good to have psychologists, pastors that are registered guidance counselors?
Yes.
In the long run. I don't think we have those. Do we have pastors? I do not know.
No. We don't have yet. But they have to
right? Yeah, that's my point.
None. None that I can think of.
Me too. I think I have one. I know in Indonesia. Now I know why.
Wow.
But it's a woman. It's not a man. So it's still long ways. Pastors, I think. Because there are many churches that they do not have the pastora. They want the pastor. Like our church, we only have pastors. So in the long run, I think I can try to promote what you said. I really like the idea of having registered guidance counselors that are
and
pastors,
you want
right?
Steve, you are.
Yeah.
Please, please. I can see you in the near future. Can do more.
No,
Yes.
yeah, Mom Tin just said also when we were talking off cam, she also said that try the
Yeah,
counseling
your heart
counseling.
is different.
Yeah, I know. Maybe if one day if I want to be an intern in your guidance office so I can learn a couple of
Sure.
things, right? So
Sure.
anyways, so it's
Be my
your
guest.
um so um last question before we do you think that we should have special office of counseling in church? Now, before the question before is about the counseling of pastor doing counselings, and thank you for reminding me because I said to you and also a couple of interview before that I was doing counseling, uh, so I should be careful with that going
Yeah.
forward. Maybe I will just do the listening and then just link them to bet people that are really on that field. Now, but do you
Yeah.
think that churches should have counseling offices that we can
Yeah.
invite members that are registered counseling to do the counseling? If they if
Actually,
like you
that
said,
should be.
pastors are not allowed actually by law. Now I know this just now that I know. So do you think that we should have offices where we can ask members that are psychology to do it?
Yeah. Yes, that's an ideal actually. Even if you're not yet an RGC, but we know,
Mm-mm.
come to think of it, there are lots of members na they find really a pastor as their confidant. Alam
Mm-mm.
mo yon, they will just go to you even if you're not into that. Parang
That's
even if
why.
you're
Yeah.
kind of busy already doing church works. But wala eh. That's part of your ministry.
Mm-mm.
And many members really are kind of clingy with their pastor. Not
True.
romantic side ha.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
kasi nga, they know we are being taught that we have to really love our pastor. Like in the church, we really have to love our pastor because you guys, you're anointed. God placed you in there for reason. So yun, so ideally, if you have naman extra budget, if the church naman can give you one office, then that's very beautiful. That's very wonderful. Yun lang, the architectural design or the setup, it should be in a way in an open
Mm-mm.
glass. Hindi man open literally, pero yung parang anyone can just see and refrain if ever you have na Steve an office,
Mm-mm.
refrain from doing counseling na kayo lang or doing talking
Mm.
or listening na kayo lang. Dapat you have another person outside.
Okay.
Yeah, kasi yun again, we need to take note of the 9258 and we need to be delicadeza. We need really to think ahead na anong sabihin ng iba. Parang, uy, especially you're single. For those pastor na single,
Mm-mm.
and you're good looking, let's face that. Yeah. So, the young people will just cling on you. And baby nga sila, pero you don't know what's going on in their minds.
Mm-mm.
I love young people. I love these kids. Pero kasi it's easy lang for the kids to have this admiration towards adults. So, dun tayo we need to be
Mm-mm.
extra careful
I
with
get the
that.
point.
But with your question, yeah, ideally that would be the best thing to have in the church, aside from your pulpit. But if you have naman an existing office already, wherein okay naman na you can cater 2 to 3 people inside, okay na yon. Just have to redesign lang the office. Need not to spend much. Just put some plants na parang in a way, very nice kasi ang effect din ng plant. The psychology effect of the plants.
Mm-mm.
You just have to have you just have to redesign your office na hindi naman ganun ka-costly. It can suffice.
This question I wanted to ask you when I was studying because actually this topic you told me many times about the male and the female and things, but so what do we do? Let's say I go with your advice and I just go and get I go to for a registered guidance counselor, but I can't do much of my work because mostly are young people, right? I cannot do work with you. Like you said, it's not ideal for me to be counseling women. It's not ideal for me to counsel young peoples that are girls, especially. So how can I maximize my work if I'm so limited? Do you get my point, ma'am, babes?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But if
So
you're RGC already, you
okay.
are covered with lots of ethical concerns. Alam mo
Okay.
yon? So kasi, you can, I believe so, you can handle na female counselors if you're RGC. Why? Kasi, you know exactly na pag magloko ka, pwedeng iwala ang license mo. And that's scary. Kasi
The liability of it, right?
Yeah, you worked hard for that, to have that license. So you're very extra careful. So even if you have a female counselee, even kahit na may gusto yan sa'yo, alam mo na ang boundaries mo. You can even terminate the counseling ninyo na sessions. You can refer it to another helping professional or expert with the field. So yun, parang hindi ako ganun katakot sa mga cases na ganyan if you're already licensed. Because you know exactly na, oops, konting kibot lang. They can just
you have something to lose, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Not like the fresh Bible school graduate that will right away and that happens. The young people really look up to the pastor and really maka-crush. And then the pastor that may, like you say, single, still looking, it will really, even how holy you are, it still will mess your judgment. It's different when with years of masteral learning, the 4 years of psychology. Is there an exam for guidance counselors? Do they go exam?
You have to take masterals. You have to take master's degree, just like what I took. So I finished already the requirements. The subject required for my MAED in guidance and counseling. I'm not yet done with my dissertation, with my thesis writing. So if you're done with everything, then you can apply at PRC for the board exam. May board exam yan. Kaya hindi ganun kadali.
Yeah.
So it takes years for me, like 10 years na siguro. Na-hold pa siya. Sabi ko nga, Lord, matigas na ba talaga ulo ko? Or what?
So, I get.
Hindi ganun kadali kunin ang license. So
it's really good that a pastor would go the long way just to become a counselor. And I see it's really on demand in the churches, based on what we talked just a while ago. And that really give me a thought.
Broken hearts.
Yeah.
There are lots of broken hearts in the church.
True.
There are lots of broken lives in
and
the church.
And very vulnerable.
Yes. Kung meron man talagang dapat i-minister ang sa church mismo.
It's true. It gave me a thought. Maybe I will go that way because I'm thinking of clinical psychology, but I think guidance counseling sounds and
I can see you more of a guidance counselor, Steve.
Yeah. So, just to end our talk, what do you think that is what do you think is the future of psychology after this? Or like, let's be more specific, the future of guidance counseling right now that we are on lockdown and we cannot see face to face. I knew you when you were doing guidance counseling in Davao Christian. I saw you doing face to face. But how is it now? Do you think this is affecting how the children will the building rapport part of it? Does it affect your empathy towards them? Because right now, I think, how do you do it? I just a simple question. How do you do it? Because I think it's so hard to connect with somebody through a camera.
Online.
Not like this, because I already know you, but that's why we already have a connection. But children, like the child that you said, the more aloof one, how can you connect if it's a camera, right? Okay.
Yeah. That wasn't one of the challenges we faced when we decided to go online in school. Kasi fourth quarter pa lang namin 2 years ago, nag-online na kami. Wala eh. We left without any choice but to go continue doing online. So agad-agad, that was one of my challenges. Parang, How? Parang, Lord, is this the end of my career in the next year? Ano ba to? Parang, but God really is amazing, especially in our school. God gave our school director a wisdom. We had this training after that fourth quarter when we're about to start na the purely online classes last year. We had this training and then we come across with the social emotional learning strategy. So the school really paid a program for us to really learn parang saan kami, anong gagawin namin para kasi kids, we need to be practical and honest na parents, they're paying the guidance fee. Dala paano to? So we came across with the social emotional learning and that's the birth of the mood check. So we have a mood check in school every week. That's one of our best practices in the guidance office. Last year and this year. So last year, that was the pilot year. Let's see now how effective is mood checking weekly. It's like checking lang via Google form. Kids will just answer a very short Google form, like, how are you feeling today? And then I have bitmojis, smileys, na I'm afraid, I'm scared, I'm troubled. So ganun lang. And then I can really see the pulse. Pag mabalik na nila sa akin ang G-form, then every time may makita akong medyo negative feeling, I will email the student or I will call the parent and we'll set an appointment where I can talk to the kid. So parang, oh wow. And then halfway na, hanggang nag-end na, that was very nice na effect sa akin. Hindi lang sa school, hindi lang sa mga bata. But they will realize na, even if I'm far beyond their eyes to see, but they can really feel me kasi every week pa naman ako nakukulit sa kanila na, oh, hi, it's Mom Babes again. And I was blessed to have a good partnership with the art teacher. So the art teacher of grade 6, one of their lessons is to create a bitmoji of their own. Mas i-give nila sa akin so that I can use it in my mood check. So, hindi na ako nag-use ng smiley. Nag-use na ako ng mga performance task output nila and mas naging effective siya. Kasi kids will really have this fun in answering the mood check. Iba-iba man ang question after.
So what is the beat? The beat emoji is it moves? Like I don't know. Is that a smiley that? Can you explain to me what is it?
The bitmoji really is yung mga smiley. Tama? So the art teacher, which is very brilliant with arts, ang lesson niya is digital art. So nagpa-create siya ng cartoonize ng mga faces ng mga bata or sabihin niya, okay, can you make
I get it.
And then yun na ang ginawa naming bitmoji na different emotions like I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling happy. So yun na ang ginagamit ko. So towards the end, I was using their output. So mas naging maganda ang market ng mood check. So madaming nag-answer. Like we have 700 plus students last year. So most of them nag-answer. Mga 50 lang siguro with the given na slow ang internet. Yun lang ang hindi maka-answer. But the rest, parang majority like more than 3/4 answered mood check talaga.
Yeah, you made something really boring become fun, right? Because actually that is boring, right? If I were answering things, but it made the children really like it.
Kasi we know nga exactly, diba, the kids, parang if they will see na the question, parang, oh my God.
Yeah.
With the introduction pa lang, I made it clear na this is just for me to check on you because I cannot see you face to face. And we need to know how are you in this time of pandemic. We need to check on you. So iba-iba din may. After the bitmojis, may mga question like, what is the best learning of you this week? Or how can we help you better? So may mga ganon. Parang mood check na evaluation din. Self-evaluation nila. So that was one of the best project that we had. Thanks to our campus director. Very nice. That was very good. The suggestion na talaga.
Yeah, I get it.
Doing it. So this
is fun, right?
month naman, yeah, very fun. Like this month, no, next month, August, we're going to feature all the school staff. Di ba hindi sila nakikita online kasi teachers lang. So like this week, I'm going to feature our nurse. Then the following week, our librarian, and then the guidance secretary. So ganon. So, that was so nice. Ako talaga nag-nice, no?
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine it's kind of fun. Look, it's not the normal thing that you're doing. You're doing creative things so the children interested even to answer. And if I want to, I think the children look at it and see, yeah, this is really how I look now. Because it's fun, right? And you can see their face there. So thank you so much, Mom Babes. So that was Mom Babes from Davao Christian. So if you want to enroll your children there, I will promote it. You want to see Mom Babes? Is your enrollment still going on right now?
Yeah,
okay.
Until this Friday.
Okay, until this Friday.
Next week pa, if pwede.
Okay, so if you want to see more of Mom Babes, I think if you like what you have heard and saw today, you can just go enroll your children there if you want. I will really for me it's a good place to trust your children with what I saw.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So again, for the viewers that have like and subscribe to my channel, thank you so much, because by doing that, you are helping my channel grow. And also for those that are just tuning today, please like and subscribe. And also, if you have something that you don't like, I always say this, if there was something you disagree with, we in this show, we agree to disagree. If you have something that you say, Pastor Steve or Kuya Steve, you say something I don't like, just give me a PM or comment below. Or if you have something to say to Mom Babes, we are open for it. Because with that criticism, it motivates us to do better. And also, so that's all for 3 a.m. talks for today. And that's what, Mom Babes. Thank you so much, Mom. God bless
Thank you
to your work. And that's all. Bye.
Bye.
If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell for more updates. See ya!